don't really know what else we can do about it.
Huh? See you tonight! Who the hell are you?
It's you! Come this way. Thank you so much. I dread to think what might have happened. I heard there was someone who sounded like Shinsaku in the area. But then those thugs just surrounded me. You're right. Thank you. Now, I think you're likely to find Shinsaku up ahead. But I've heard he's been rather unruly of late. I thought me being there might make him less likely to act up. But I fear I will just be a burden to you. Will you go to Shinsaku in my stead? Thank you so much. Please, be careful. I'll be waiting at the Sakura Inn.
It's time.
All right, let's take a stroll. Oh God! There you are! the place!
Sorry for the trouble.
Oh no?
Watch the enemy carefully!
To come. Nice luck. Let's find out how lucky you are. You are good. Hold up.
Come on!
I may have pushed it too far. Time to get serious. It's not over. You haven't truly been tested.
Still plenty of fight left.
Have you had enough fun? Well, I'm impressed. I guess you got more than just luck on your side. You came all this way to tell me that. And he's to be executed, right? That's not news to me. But are you sure you want to share that news with your enemies? I mean, you are working for the Shogunate, aren't you? Am I? Well, perhaps. I'm not a mind reader. But what does that matter in the end? It would be a waste to kill you now. We are not done with each other, I'm afraid. So, Katsura and the others at the Sakura Inn, I'm sure. Come join us there. I'll buy you a drink.
me a hand. Give me a hand. Sorry for the trouble. Bring it on.
Looking for something?
一体
How are you faring? Did you manage to take the pictures I asked you to? Anything else you're looking for? I look forward to seeing how you fare.
Ah, I was wondering when you'd next... There you are. I was just telling Fukuzawa here everything.
You need a poison and its antidote, you say? I suppose the easiest poison to acquire would be that of the blowfish.
Very astute. Consumption ban be damned. Everyone's sneaking in a bite or two on the side.
I really don't know if this is a good idea. If I make the tiniest of mistakes formulating the concoction, you'll wind up dead.
That may be so, but I'm already risking my life standing up to those government goons. I've got to put it all on the line, you see? Ah, I suppose I should get you up to speed. See? The plan is... Those officials told me they'd have me beheaded. So I thought I'd go ahead and die before they get the chance.
Izuka will drop dead in front of them, then come back to life when the time is right. It's sure to work, as long as we handle the poison perfectly, I think.
Let's just see them try to make their threats to a dead man. Aha! This is brilliant! Even for me. Let's see then. First, we need some poison from a blowfish. Think you could wrangle some up for me? There's a place nearby that'll serve blowfish if you ask. They might have some poison to spare.
When you're done, just bring the poison to me.
Welcome, welcome! Just you dining today? Another brofish aficionado, eh? Sadly, we're all out, but so is everyone else. Some samurai families from Choshu bought all the brofish in the market. I suppose the quickest way would be to ask the people who bought them if you could have one. But that'll be tricky. Those folks from Choshu really like their brofish. But I won't stop you from trying. I heard they're having some sort of feast in Juniten Shrine, south of Kanai. Bet they want to indulge in all that brofish when nobody could see them. If all works out and you get yourself a brofish, bring it here so I can whip out something delicious.
You big skunk! You all live till you got this!
上等だ。
Hard-on morsel, will you?
Don't let them get away!
Oh, so you got yourself a blowfish? Alright then, let's make you something that'll make your taste buds dance. I'll just go prepare the fish. What? I thought you wanted to eat some blowfish. I can't just extract this poison and give it to you. That's far too dangerous. You're telling me you're not going to use it to kill someone? I suppose the fish's poison isn't that strong. Alright. Take it. It's yours. And take the fresh too, will you? It's blowfish after all. Can't let it go to waste. If you're done here, please take your fish and go.
Hey, I know you. You're the thief that stole my blowfish. I was going to feast on that blowfish today. You're not getting a single slice. Give it back. Now. Huh. You've prepared it with such skill. Very well. In recognition of your feat, I'll take it slightly easier on you.
Did you get your hands on some blowfish poison? Very nicely done. I suppose they don't get many requests for just the poisonous parts. Mr. Igashichi's a peculiar one, isn't he? Most people would quail at the prospect of poisoning themselves. I suppose he just doesn't want the government to interfere with his inventions. but one can't help but to be impressed by how much he's willing to put at stake. If you'll excuse me, I'll get started in the back. Just a moment. Sorry for the wait. This poison here is for Mr. Igashichi, and you can hold on to the antidote. Something this dangerous? How on earth would I do that? I don't even have the courage to test it on myself. Honestly, I'd rather he called off the whole affair. But he's clearly made up his mind. He should be back in the photographic studio by now. Do go and deliver what he needs. There's something I want to discuss. Remember when I told you I wish to study in America? Well, I've looked into it, but have heard little back. But then I realized that the black ships docked in Yokohama. They must be laden with the latest books and other marvels from the West. I've made up my mind. The answer is to sneak aboard and borrow the things I need to further my education. I've given that a lot of thought. I thought I'd ask the assistance of someone who once did the same. Huh? Oh yes, very funny. Let me introduce you to him. This is Sawamura, a ninja of Iga.
I've seen you before. The Veiled Edge assassin who fought Perry aboard the Black Ship. Thanks to the fuss you kicked up, I was able to finish my mission.
Wait, you infiltrated the Black Ships as well? Well, I'm more confident than ever now there's two of you.
Mr. Fukuzawa translated the documents we stole from the ship. I owe him one. It will be easy to get aboard through the hold, just like the last time. I'll make my way to the deck and secure an escape route.
Sawamura has made all the necessary preparations. We can go anytime. So you will help us infiltrate the ship, won't you? I do have to make one important request. Remember, we're doing this for the sake of educating ourselves. I beg you, refrain from killing as best you can. Sawamura, over to you. Seems they're none the wiser. Let's keep moving. Never saw it coming. Building a steam engine of this size requires incredible technology, not to mention a tremendous amount of iron and labor. Silence as a shadow. Never saw it coming. Never saw it coming. Quite a complex telescope, this. I must get Igashishi to examine it for me.
Someone there. Help me. Please.
Is he ill? It sounds like he's suffering.
Please bring the woman to me. I started a mutiny with her. She said she'd fix me up. Couldn't say no.
Tuberculosis. Looks like it's already spread from his lungs.
The poisoner. She knows how to cure me. The witch.
Cure tuberculosis? Do they really know how to do that in America? He's gone. Let us leave him to rest in peace. Let's go. I think this is enough of a haul. Let's go and find Sawamura. Where's Sawamura gone to?
Don't let them escape!
Ambush? They knew all along.
Sorry for the wait. I'm joining the fray.
Where have you been, Zamura? We need you!
Shogunate spies, eh? Kindred spirits destined to make themselves grave. I'm afraid I can't go easy on you. Sorry I'm late. Things got a little dicey. But mission accomplished.
My deepest thanks, both of you. You've given me exactly what I wanted. I particularly appreciate your restraint in subduing those in your way. Aside from that last unavoidable bit of conflict, of course. Nevertheless, there is one thing in particular on my mind. I haven't been able to stop thinking about what we saw. Very perceptive. I have no match for you. The sailor mentioned a poisoner who could cure him. Of course, he might well have been delirious in his final moments. But tuberculosis itself is not unlike a deadly poison. How could one use poison to cure it?
There are ancient ninja arts that counter one poison's effects with another's. Perhaps tuberculosis can be suppressed the same way.
Of course! The smallpox vaccine works the same way. My medical teacher developed it, you see. It uses a weakened version of the disease to protect against its full-blown form. Perhaps there's a similar treatment for tuberculosis. I wonder what other American medical advancements have we yet to learn. This only strengthens my resolve. I must go there no matter what. And I will return to Japan with a veritable treasure trove of knowledge. Even the cure for tuberculosis. I know it.
So you managed to round up Shinsaku? I knew you could do it!
My husband arrived just a moment ago. I'm so relieved. Katsura should join us very soon. He's finding out all he can about my brother's situation.
Once everyone's here, we'll come up with a plan to save Master Shoin. I'm sure you'll have some ideas. That's what I want to hear.
Master Shoin is set to be executed soon. I've heard from several of my sources, and believe it to be true. I want everyone's ideas on what we should do.
The prison walls are unshakable. But what of the people inside?
What do you mean? What are you getting at?
Some of the guys are persuadable. We can use the Kiheitai to bring a few of them over to our side.
Shinsaku, our priority is saving Master Shoin's life. We simply don't have time for such games.
Do you have any better ideas?
Those pathetic officials are nothing to fear. I say we march in from the front.
Genius plan. Number one student.
Will you two give it a rest? Roma, do you have any thoughts?
Indeed I do. There's a watchtower right by the prison. We could just climb it, then go swoosh right in.
How does one swoosh exactly?
What? You don't know how to swoosh? You know, have a swoop, or take a glide.
What do you think? Perhaps you can offer us an impartial opinion.
I knew it. I knew you'd get it. And don't worry. I'll leave the swooshing up to you.
Very well. We will do as you suggest. All right then. Everyone, prepare yourselves.
I know I sounded pretty confident back there, but... Can you really do it? Swoosh, right in. I should have known. That's a relief. I always knew there was something about you. We're of the same mind, on the same page. Right then. A great man finishes what he started. And all that. Now head to that watchtower.
The watchtower ladder is broken. I need to fix it, but I'd appreciate a little help. I'm short of wood. Could you gather some for me? You went and got it for me. Thanks, this is just what I need.
Sorry to interrupt. I was so worried about my brother. I had to come. I haven't seen anyone coming or going. That means he is still in there. I heard the plan was to swoosh right in, whatever that entails. Are you all set? That's great. I shall pray for your safe return. Have you spoken to my husband? Genzui is liable to rush in there by himself at the last moment. If we wait too long, the sentence will be carried out, and all will be in vain. Please, do all you can to save my brother.
All right, let's get swooshing. That felt amazing! Look at me! I flew like a bird!
Careful, take it easy.
I can't keep going. I can't keep going.
Down.
Hey, you're not looking so good.
Shoin Yoshida? The new arrival? He was here, but they took him off somewhere. It seems the guards had it in for him.
If I could just swipe that key, I could let myself out. But the guards won't budge from where they're stationed. What's that? Oh, they're in a building on the other side of the grounds.
That was smooth.
Take it easy.
Sorry for the trouble.
Here they come! Let my guard down.
おとなしくしろ。
Very nice. That was smooth.
なんだ。
Very nice.
こっちだ。
御用だ。
Hey, you're not looking so good.
Oi, you! How did you get in here? Hell are you doing? Well, it looks like I've got a fight on my hands! Let me forbid you to afar!
Don't be reckless.
It's not over. I'm just getting started. What the hell are you?
The trouble.
Who are you? You don't look like a god. Ah, if it isn't Ryoma. I expect you have risked your life to be here, but I am afraid you must leave. What's that? You mean Fumi's here? It matters not. I cannot leave this place. I have done nothing wrong, you see. Were I to escape, it would be an admission of my guilt.
Please, Master Shoin. Japan is changing. But we need you to show us what new form it should take.
Listen to me, Ryoma. It is you who will build this nation, who will define its form for future generations. Listen to your heart. Walk the righteous path. You are capable of greatness. I have every faith that you will succeed. The people must rise and demand revolution. How else can change endure? It is within any individual's power to envision our future and shape it. All they need do is discover their purpose, and my death just might help them decide. Do you see now? Death is my final task. But I have one request. Give this to Fumi. Thank you. I am counting on you. If only we had met in a different place and time.
So my brother refused to leave his cell. I had a feeling he might have decided to sacrifice himself. It is very like him. This is my brother's last will and testament. I must give it to Katsura without delay. He will broadcast these words far and wide. I have no doubt. Ah, yes. I brought a fresh kimono for my brother. Please take it as a token of my gratitude.
Right. Let's part ways for now. We'll hold off any guards who try to give chase. We'll regroup in the Sakura Inn. Look after Fumi. You hear?
I must take my brother's letter to the Sakura Inn.
There's no escape. Prepare yourself.
I must not let this letter be stolen.
Veiled it from the black ships. Clearly you're bulwark. But you lack ever to run that. As you'll begin, you will not interfere. What else? I'll have a head next to her brothers. Let your friends know what I said. You think you can handle them?
What kept you? We've been waiting for ages.
Damn it! Curse those Shogunate dogs! You were supposed to protect her!
It seems a plan to split up and avoid attention has backfired.
If they'd wanted to kill you, they would have. But here you are. Did they say anything? He expects us to believe that? He's just trying to scare us off.
Master Shoin is being transported to the execution grounds in Edo. Most likely Fumi will be in Edo too.
We won't achieve anything standing around here. We must go to Edo without delay.
What are you going to do? Honestly, I'd really like if you were to join us in Edo. What do you think? Good to hear. Let's do this.
On your feet! You're up next.
Thank you.
Move! Out of the way!
Hey! You saw it too, right? He stayed true to himself. Right to the bitter end. He was ready for his fate, faced it head on. We could stand to be more like him. This is not time to sit around weeping. Katsura, Shinsaku, Genzui. His actions have inspired them all, and many more besides. By dying, Master Shoin passed something on to us. What exactly that is, well, I can't say for sure. All I know is that I have to do all I can to forge a new Japan. Now, let's go and join Katsura and the others. Seems they're lying low in the remains of Saihoji Temple. We'll have to be careful. Edo is the Shogunate's stronghold. The Red Demon has eyes everywhere, so we can't move in plain sight. Katsura and the others will have a hard time searching for Fumi. There's little enough to go by without the added hindrance. With Master Shoin gone, this might spell the end for them. Truth be told, I was counting on Master Shoin to be here. I thought that with him, our country really stood a chance. But now I see that leaving my fate in someone else's hands is foolish. My future begins and ends with me. Your time has come. Rise as one. I will take Master Shoin's last words with me as long as I live. What a terrible sight. So many struck down by cholera. It saddens me to see Edo this way. It's a mere shadow of the bright and bustling place I once knew. We can't leave things as they are. Something must be done. Saihoji Temple is a secret meeting place for Choshu retainers. A special signal is required to enter. I'll teach it to you. Watch. This way!
Hold. Those entering the temple must perform the special signal.
Remember what I just taught you. Give it a go. Come on.
Very well. You may pass.
The rain's finally let up. They say no rain lasts forever, you know. I'm guessing by that look on your face that you haven't found Fumi yet.
Pardon me.
Taka.
Fumi! You're alive!
Yes. Taka helped me escape.
Now there's nothing to hold us back. But I'm not sure I understand.
I'm sure there is much you wish to know. But please, save your questions. There is news of great import I must convey to you at once. An uprising by the Satsuma clan is imminent. Should you join forces with them and succeed, you will surely be able to clip the shogunate's wings. Perhaps ending this purge once and for all.
Yes, this is all very odd. The clan's lord gave his own daughter to the shogun as a bride. Surely they wield great influence.
This purge is one result of the loss of their influence. The Satsuma are now concerned that they, too, will be the target of oppression.
Listen to me, Genzui. I want you to decide. As Master Shoin's favorite student, it is you who is heir to his vision. I vow to help you in any way that I can.
Your time has come. Rise as one. Master, I will listen to my heart and walk the path we believed in. Let us join the Satsuma. To correct Japan's course, we must put our petty differences aside and embrace what we share. What say you? Do I have your support?
Please come and see me later in Yoshiwara. I wish to speak to you alone.
Do have a browse. What will it be? Please, come again.
What do you need? Anything else? Anything else? I can strengthen anything. See you later.
Ah, it's you.
The testament of the soul Master Shoin left us is back in our hands. You should give it a read. Everything we stand for began with Master Shoin. You might find reading his testament useful for reflecting on all that's happened. Eventually, I'll have a manuscript made so his words can reach even more people. The power of a message relies on it being conveyed, after all.
Ah, so you have come. Now, it is time I told you the truth. Before we can go further, I'm afraid there is something I must yet ask of you. Would you hear me out? Thank you. You do me a great kindness. I'll return to my chambers for now. Please come back. I'll be waiting. I have noticed recently that a number of Sikh geishas seem to have disappeared. I decided to look into the matter and have just learned about a place where a certain geisha is being treated. I would be reassured if she were being seen by a physician, but I have yet to see any evidence of one. That's not all. Everyone seems to be turning a blind eye to what's happening. Something just doesn't feel right. Please, would you be so kind as to check on this geisha? As for me, I'll ask around to see if I can learn more. Oh, thank you. If you act like a regular patron, I'm sure you can approach the room without drawing suspicion. I wish you the best of luck.
there! How did you get in here? We are in the middle of treatment. Get out! Our geisha are our pride, but if they can't bring in the business, they're simply dead weight. Dead weight we don't have the capacity to support through recovery. And now you've witnessed this. I have no choice. Men, put this wretch out of their misery! Don't think you can leave alive. Hurry up and help, you lot!
Did you help me? I'm too sick to warrant your aid. My body hurts all over. My once beautiful skin is... If I can't earn my keep, there is no place for me in Yoshiwara. My only choice is to disappear. What else can I do? Either way, it won't be long till I'm found and silenced. The one who sent you? That's kind, but I won't hold my breath. You saw the girl, I take it. Was she all right? I see. Then I must go see her as soon as I can. As for the results of my investigation, I have come to learn the full scope of the matter. The girls who disappeared were killed somewhere underground, and their bodies buried at Saihoji Temple. We must tell the girls that this is no longer happening. Perhaps that will bring their souls some semblance of peace. I can only hope that they will rest easier now. They're saying a shogunate official was killing off the sick, and that he combed the pleasure district looking for his next victims. The rumor makes sense. There's frustration with how the shogunate is handling the epidemic. It goes to show how unhappy the people really are. Indeed. I hope the day will come when those hiding in the shadows will be as free as those living in the light. I spoke to the head of the Yoshiwara about the man behind all this. But the pleasure district does not have enough resources, so I would wager it is still business as usual for him. The culprit goes unpunished, while you and I remain bound by virtue. Such is the way of the world we live in. Yes, this is all one of my station can do. I suppose these women felt the same way I do. They too long to be free. When we first met, I thought your life seemed so unfettered. But the truth is you, too, are bound by your past. We both go through life concealing the ties that bind us. We may be very different, yet in many ways we are alike. Remember when I asked you to take those photographs for me? It feels like we've grown so much closer since then. They say a camera's true purpose is to preserve one's memories. I never really thought of it that way back in the pleasure district. Why don't we take another photograph right now? That way, we'll never forget this moment. I hope you do this moment justice. I must admit, my heart races being on this side of the lens. I hope you will hold on to that photograph. That way, I can always be with you. So, the issue at hand. I gather you are wondering why I betrayed Lord E. I must admit, he and I, He is a very important person to me. In fact, this hairpin is a gift from Lord E. But things are very different now. So much has changed, including my lord and me. The man I once knew is now the Red Demon. And the truth is that the role he has taken on torments him. Witnessing the recent purge opened my eyes. I now know that he must be stopped. And who else can do it but me? It is as if all these years by his side have led to this moment. I let Mrs. Fumi escape, though it may yet cost me my life. That was the right thing to do. Yes, I am sure of it. But now, I am suddenly terrified. I can't shake the feeling that something horrible is about to happen. What do you think I should do? That is all I needed to hear. I'm feeling much better now. I must apologize for letting my emotions get the better of me. Will you join the Satsuma uprising, I wonder? I know a back street, out of sight of the Shogunate. I will show you. I only wish there was more I could do for you. Let me know when you're ready to go. Shall we make our way to the Satsuma villa in Edo? Indeed. Imagine how lovely that would be. Yes, together.
So you decided to join us. The Blue Demon's forces are marching on Princess Atsuko. It seems there is dissent in the Shogun's ranks. If they take custody of the princess, the Satsuma clan will become hostages. You're the one who brought Fumi back. You have my gratitude. Now we no longer have our hands tied. Leave this to us. You should get somewhere safe.
Please, take care of yourself. I'll be waiting.
Now to support the Satsuma. Are you ready?
I know. He was driven by his sense of duty. But he had to be stopped before he suffered even more.
Come now. But in the end, it was you who were cut down. Fear not. I will serve him loyally, as you once did.
Please, tell my lord. Ever since the day we met in Hikone, I have been
When we work together, we've nothing to fear.
I'm glad to be part of this band.
We must find Princess Atsuko before the enemy does.
Impressive.
You'll pay!
You will pay!
Where is she? That was barely a winter.
Here we go!
Excellent work. The Shogun's men are heading for that guest house. That's where the princess must be. Come on.
oppressive.
Sorry for the trouble.
Nicely done. Damn!
A trick. Damn you, princess. So we need her. What can you do? What? I begin to grow tired over here.
Get them!
You regrouped a little. Quickly! I didn't struggle with the likes of you.
Look, Princess Sato, they finally caught a rat. Manabe. Who'd have thought a stray cat would wander in? Still, you did well. You have my thanks.
Out of the way. My lady, we will soon have dealt with the vermin in the grounds.
I thank you. It seems all is going according to plan.
I'm afraid I must bring something to your attention.
stop this!
Why do we have to stop now? You were all set to march on the capital!
I have news of my father, your lord. He was taken ill and has passed away. Without my father's army, we simply cannot proceed. We must lay down our arms, at least for today. But do not be disheartened. His dream will live on. Together, we will continue his legacy. Thank you once again for your efforts. It pains me, but now we can do little more than wait. I will seclude myself in my inner chambers. You have no need to fear for me. Even the chief minister would not dare come for me there. With my stepfather now gone, the Satsuma clan will be shaken to its core. Its future depends on you and Saigo.
But we lack experience, and our master is gone.
You know Saigo better than anyone, do you not? Compensate for each other's weaknesses, and secure the clan's future.
Yes, my lady.
I thank you. Now, what did you say your name was? Then you're a stray with a sense of humor, it seems. Well, Princess Sato, aren't they odd? I look forward to speaking with you when things calm down. Until next time.
Please forgive me, my lord. I did not foresee the stubbornness of the princess.
You have been taking matters into your own hands, it seems. But at least the princess has been subdued. For now. Fine work. But you are relieved of your duties for now. Go. Rest.
Yes, sir.
What can I do for you? Ah, how lovely. All right. If you'll excuse me.
What is it? You know how to please. Understood. Be seeing you.
You've heard about Taka's death, I trust. I just can't stop thinking about it. Ever since we met in Yokohama, she's done so much for us. And we had some fun in the pleasure district, didn't we? But she was never just a regular geisha, was she? She took an extraordinary risk when she helped Fumi escape. She knew the likely consequences, but still she did the right thing. She may have looked like a flower, but she stung like a bee. If I'm going to do anything for Japan's future, I need to show the same commitment she did. Genzui's already working on a new plan, but I need some time to get things straight in my head. Why don't you pay a visit to Taka's grave? It's right here, in Saihoji Temple.
So you heard. Well, let us pray for her. You may cast blame later. This is not the place. Taka, I am afraid I cannot stay long. I must fulfill my duty. Indeed I do. And that's not all. Under the Shogun, I will muster the power of the nobility and imperial court, strengthen our military, and negotiate a new treaty. A fairer one that shall protect our people and our wealth. Are you lonely, dearest Taka? Well, hold on. I won't be long. And when I join you, I shall give you the most exquisite hairpin you have ever seen.
It seems Genzui's latest plan is coming together. We're just waiting for everyone to get here. Ever since Genzui read Master Shoin's last words, he's been all fired up about forging a new Japan. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's gearing up to attack the Red Demon's men head-on. What do you think? Can you handle a fight? Good. Then let's do this, together.
We've made arrangements to that end.
That's true. You always pop up at just the right moment, don't you?
Ryoma, look at this. Every last one of them is here to help us strike down the Red Demon.
Truly an impressive sight.
Firstly, I would like to thank you all for joining us. We all come from different domains, places with separate customs, different loyalties. In fact, some of our clans once opposed each other long ago. Yet we have cast aside our differences and come together. Truly a testament to Master Shoin. We must strike in the name of all who have been oppressed. Let us not forget the pain of Master Shoin and the countless others who have suffered. We will bring this darkness to an end and deliver divine retribution to the Red Demon!
There are rumors of hostile agents lying in wait near the castle. Perhaps you might deploy more guards?
I am allowed as many guards as the Shogunate provides. Do you expect the Chief Minister to flout the rules? Here we go.
What the? So they are here.
Ready yourselves! Here they come! Retribution!
Hey!
Thoughts up.
You attack me, and you attack the Shogunate. I won't make this easy. Come then. Come and take your prize.
Hey! You're not looking so good.
came here of my own accord. As a man, I have the right to choose where I will die.
I won't thank you. With me.
Ready and willing!
Kill me!
You may
Mine orders. Again and again, you have plagued me.
time to strike!
It ends here.
Sorry for the trouble.
Come help!
Hey! You're not looking so good. Sorry about that.
Get up!
Time to die!
So this is my fate. To die at the hand of a long-veiled edge. I could not help who I pledged to protect.
I've got my hands full! The rest is up to you! This nation is in your hands!
Come. Do your worst.
March 1860, the Red Demon was assassinated outside the Sakurada Gate of Edo Castle.
They were saying the trade talks are being suspended.
And you just believed them, did you?
You try arguing them. I don't welcome the taste of steel, personally. Wait, who are you?
Time to die!
In the wake of this incident, Shogunate authority plummeted as the rebellious samurai grew emboldened. The influence of the United States, which E had done so much to promote, waned, leaving the door open for the British to take their place. After their triumph at the Sakurada Gate, Kusaka and his allies plot the next step in their quest to expel the foreigners.
Calm down. Calm down. Good boy. Good boy.
Oi, what's the matter? What is it with you today?
Hi. Sorry. Good boy. Good boy.
All right. Let's go.
Curse you. You're lucky I didn't cut you down too.
Hey, this is no time for your killer instincts. Let those beasts be.